Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team that I had to go to Bastiodon for a bit here to try and get Elo back. So what happened was I hit veteran, and then I tried a bunch of different, like a hit veteran, kind of stalled there, tried like two or three teams, and just like 1-4, 1-4, 1-4, and just dropped. And that's the problem when you're a content creator, um, who puts out two videos a day. You try new teams, new teams, new teams after every like 10 battles, and then some of them just do not work, and then you drop. So I was going through the thing and I'm like, okay, I know what's going to work and I don't want to use it, but I have to. And it's Bastiodon. So Bastiodon is buffed this season with SmackDown. It's a top 10 ranked Pokemon. And yes, there is a crap ton of ground out there. Not a lot of, you're double weak to ground and you're double weak to fighting. There's not a ton of fighters out there right now, but there's a million ground. So basically I paired it with Togekiss as the flyer. I think it's one of the best flyers in the meta right now. And then Dusknoir, because you are still double weak to fighting, and Dusknoir can kind of deal with a mixture of the ground and the fighters and can act as a potential safe swap as well with that dynamic punch. So team started off well. It was kind of a weird one. I started off like 3-4-0, and then I lost like three in a row, and then I won a couple in the back end here. So we had a Murkrow on the lead. So out comes Cradily. A little slow on the switch for me, but I don't have like an immediate answer for this. Poison is resisted on Bastiodon, so I'm like, you know what? What I don't really want, because now it's too late, is I don't want to get in like Dusknoir and then Murkrow comes in and just like spams me and takes me out with one foul place. I'm going to win this matchup anyways. Why don't I just stay in this matchup and then I can align my togekiss on it and just peck Aura Sphere my way through that matchup, and then Dusknoir can align with whatever's in the back. So Cradily is down to the red, and then I do take it out. I assume they're not going to come back in with Murkrow. They probably have like a ground. Not surprising they have a ground. So I will chip here with Flamethrower. This will be a good chip, and then I can ensure that I have the... Okay. I was going to say, if that landed, I would have just saved saved for alignment. But because they shielded, I figured that Togekiss was already going to kill Marowak anyways. If I just got an energy advantage and then started shielding the rock slides, I would be in a good spot for the Murkrow that came in. So that is why I instant swapped. I got a bit of energy, and now I can take this out here because this thing doesn't have any more shields left. So this will take this out. So even if the Marowak, first of all, my Pex are actually going to do damage here. Maybe I get to an Aura Sphere. I do. And even if I didn't, they would have to throw a rock slide. By that time, it would be actually a pretty close race to the Shadow Punch, and I should be good. But they had to get to the rock slide. Mud Slaps are double resisted on the flying, so they aren't doing anything. And then at this point, it's one Astonish to take out here. Talonflame, great lead. They're going to get out, and they get into Florges, and it is the exact same situation. It's like, okay, where do I go here? Fairy Wind's resisted. Once they lower my attack for once here, then I'll probably bail. I'm going to chip it up here. You know, the Togekiss and Dusknoir can, not as amazing on Talonflame, but can make their way through it, need be. So I grabbed one shield. They end up trailblazing here, which is kind of crazy. So get to the Psyshock. This will do a good... I did switch Psyshock. First time I used this, I used Dazzling Gleam. Psyshock actually, as you can see there, does good chip and comes quicker, and it gives you coverage against Clodsire and stuff. So I figured Psyshock is the way to go. I'm not going to shield anything. So I keep switch, and I got shield advantage with it. They can't even take me out there, so I'm going to get a little more chip. Not that it matters too much, because Smackdown's just going to absolutely delete the Talonflame, especially a Shadow. But good chip there. What's in the back? Diggersby. So a very, very weird matchup. I have Dynamic Punch, which is super effective. Ghost is double resisted. Their quick attack is resisted on it, double resisted. Scorching Sands will be neutral and hurt. I'm Glassy. I can take a Scorching Sands, but I figured I have a 2-shield advantage. They know I have a 2-shield advantage, but they did go Scorching Sands the first time anyways. I do get to a second move. I just don't want to be caught on, but I think I do get caught on. Yeah, they do catch on the Talonflame here. But the Dynamic Punch, Shadow on Shadow, still hurt a bunch. So I just stayed in, got the extra Astonish. Even if they get a Scorching Sands here, I will live. and the Dynamic Punch will put it pretty low that I'll then instant swap probably and try and get to a Flamethrower. Quick Attack is also resistant on Bastiodon. Scorching Sands is double super effective, but I still have so much health that even a double super effective move from is not going to take me out from this range. So live this Scorching Sands. This is what makes Bastiodon so annoying to go against. Like its defense is so insanely high that charge moves do like nothing in neutral situations, and even double super effective still don't even one shot. So terrible lead. Going Togekiss right away. I think Dusknoir and Togekiss could both play safe swaps, quite honestly. I think the Peck to get into the Psyshock Aura Sphere combo is super fast and super strong, and both hit pretty hard. So I think Togekiss is a great safe swap. But in a pinch, Dusknoir can also act as a safe swap because the Shadow Punch, Dynamic Punch combo can do pretty well there. So they eventually get in Talonflame, and I know I have to keep alignment here, which is fine. What you're going to see here is I know I can live one Rage Fist for sure. So let the first Rage Fist go. Karate Chop's not going to do anything. At this point, you can see how much those Astonishes are chipping. I'm like, okay, let's just commit to the farm down. What I did not expect is them to get to a third Rage Fist here. I thought I would have taken them out before. So I have to burn a second shield, which again is fine. Smackdown is going to absolutely delete this Talonflame. I don't even think there's a point of throwing the move, but I'm actually mostly just burning the Switch Clock at this point. Burn the Switch Clock so that I can instant swap and smack this down. It's going to take only 4 smackdowns, so even if they get to 2 flame charges, which I think they did, if I remember, will not matter. Too bulky. So even with the second flame charge, it's still going to put me in like the yellow at best. Yeah, just such a tough Pokemon to go against if you don't have that Mud Slap user. Or a user that can have a ground type move. So tough one here. It is a Powder Snow, which makes it a little better for me, but these drill runs are double super effective, and the pacing is just going to be significant on their end, outpace me. So shield up the first drill run, get to the Flamethrower here. They're likely to shield back, just knowing that they're going to get to at least one more drill run, maybe a second. Like the Diggersby, I can live a double super effective drill run from this range. It's going to hurt, but I can live. Now the problem is the pacing. So as I'm getting to the move, we CMP, or I'm just like maybe one turn short on the move, that they're at another drill run. So I'm going to lose this, come in Dusknoir, get hit with a Feraligatr. So I was hoping that the Shadow Punch, Shadow on Shadow Pokemon with the Shadow Punch would take out, but unfortunately it leaves them with a couple HP, meaning they're going to get to move. Because they had an Ice Pokemon in the front, I figured I needed to keep this alive. I don't know if that's the right play. The Powder Snows would have really added up on Togekiss. And now, unfortunately, they have a very, very bulky Azumarill, which has access to Ice Punch. Not Ice Punch, Ice Beam with a shield advantage in the back here. So having an Ice Pokemon and a Pokemon with an Ice move against a Togekiss down shields isn't going to work out too well for me here. So going to go down there. So let's see what the next matchup is. Again, so I lost a couple in a row, so you're going to probably see a couple of losses in a row. I think I moved some around, but Abomasnow, good lead. This is one of them I lost because I remember because it was such a good lead. Blastoise comes in, and again, hesitation because Blastoise is a beast. Rollout is resisted, so I'm like, okay, Rollout's resisted. Rollout would be super effective against Togekiss. I don't want to go into that matchup. So why don't we just stay in this chip, maybe grab a shield, and then go Dusknoir so I can keep alignment on Abomasnow. So I already grabbed one shield from them, so might as well just match back here, because if the Abomasnow comes back in, I can just go with the Dynamic Punch. But then I'm like, I don't really want to take a Shadow Hydro Cannon for no reason. Let's just take this out. So they eventually come in here. I'm like, okay, that's okay. I can chip here. Hopefully I live to get to Dynamic Punch. If I don't, I just got my SmackDown user back on this. I do live, and I get off the Dynamic Punch, which is huge. And unfortunately, what's in the back but a Dedenne. So come in Bastiodon right away because Peck is resisted, and that's I may as well just do the SmackDown damage, which is actually going to do damage before it starts boosting its defense 2 to 3, 4 times. But these Thundershocks are adding up. The slow charge is killing me here because now they're at a second move before I'm even at my second move, like my first move. And by this point, I'm now just going to get outpaced in CMP loss here. Apparently, togekiss loses CMP against Dedenne. Now they're 3 times boosted, and this game is over. Most of my losses actually came with togekiss getting aligned on Dedenne. Like Dusknoir and Bastiodon can combo this thing, but I just kind of got unlucky with alignment a couple times in the back here. So this one will take me out, and I'll go down there. Now they're 4 times boosted. Pharaoh, overall good lead. Does have Drill Run, which again double super effective. And once again, Blastoise. I love it. People are learning. I assume this one's mine. Like, I can take credit for 3 Pokemon. I think I can take credit for Kanto Ninetales in like seasons 4, 5, and 6 because I was the first one to discover that. I can take credit for Togedemaru like 4 seasons ago, and Blastoise is mine this season because I've used it like 15 times already in like 4 weeks. So this Blastoise, unless people are just also realizing that it's strong, it was ranked in like the 100 and it was like 100 something ranked. And then PV Poke even put in a trainer note. It's himself saying that Blastoise should be ranked higher. And that's exactly what I thought when I kind of recognized how strong it was. So I do get a Dynamic Punch off. That does chip a ton. I was hoping I can smack down before it gets to a Drill Run. I cannot. So this Drill Run will do good chip there. And they unfortunately have a Marowak in the back. So I do get to a move here, which is nice. Just ensures that it puts it in Peck or Sphere range. And you'll live 1 Rock Slide for sure. How much? I don't forget the health and energy on the other Pokemon. Let's see if I just throw right away here. I do throw right away just because it's a 2 versus 3 turn fast move, so I know they cannot catch once they throw that fast move. Do take it out. Blastoise is in here, and we both fast move. I had a move. I just assumed that I was going to take it out before they were going to take me out before. I didn't actually think I was going to get to the move, but I do. Typhlosion lead, good lead. They're going to get out into Cradily, and this one's a Bullet Seed Cradily. So this is, I mentioned this in another video, and it's very, very frustrating to see me do it again here. You've got to be able to make the switches quicker. You got to be able to make the switches quicker, but I did not do that. So now I'm just like stuck behind on energy. And then that can like cost you later in the matchup, especially with only a 45-second switch clock. So Typhlosion back in. I do have a move before it gets to a Blast Burn. I want to force a shield or take it out. And I do take it out. And it is a Marowak. The only problem with Marowak is the Mud Slap Bone Club spams just as fast as the Astonish Shadow Punch. So when you have a little bit of a 1-turn lead here, you're going to get to your Bone Club before I get to my move. And because you're attack heavy, and they give up switch. So I try to, they're going to get to a move anyways. So I try to go as much as I could, knowing that it's a Bullet Seed and they charge fast too. So I got it right on CMP here. But I'm still 1 short, and they were already at it. I don't know why they tried to catch when they were 1 ahead. But they get to the Bone Club. So, and now 2 slow on Bastiodon. So I need to do better at, making switches quicker and not like stalling like that. So Talonflame, they're going to get out. If it's something else, it is a Ferret. Okay, this was a pretty quick one because I'm like Ferret, Sucker Punch, resisted on the togekiss because of Fairy, have Aura Sphere. I'm in a good spot here. Unfortunately, while I think Ferret is still very strong, Aura Sphere, I thought it should one-shot. It does not, and it leaves them with a couple HP, and that allows them to get to Swift. And I'm like, there's no way I'm giving up Switch on Talonflame from the Bastiodon, so I just need to shield this. So Talonflame comes in. I do get to the first Psy Shock, and I think I may have enough health that I can get to a second Psy Shock here. On the 4, yeah, F8 versus 10, so I do get to the second one. They may just let this go and just sacrifice and go 2 shield whatever's in the back, especially if it's like a ground or a Dedenne. So once again, I'm going straight into Bastiodon. This time I'm at full health, which is helpful. Actually, I'm an idiot. Maybe I should have gone... I was going Bastiodon because I was like, the smackdown damage. But maybe the Astonish damage is going to be way more. And I should have just gone the Astonish instead. Basically what you want to do is... whenever you're in this situation with the Dedenne, before it ramps up, you want to do as much fast move damage as possible, assuming that they are going to shield up your first charge move. So you should be, yeah, Astonish is doing way more. I should have won Astonish. So you basically want to get into the fastest, hardest hitting, fast move you can, so that you are chipping as much as you can on their defense before they start boosting their defense for the second, third, fourth time. But luckily, I can live one of these moves and Astonish Smackdown. First of all, Astonish Shadow Punch actually put enough shield pressure on, but Astonish Smackdown put enough fast move damage on that I'm able to get this out of here. Abomasnow, another good lead. This time it is a Zoom Roll. Quicker on the switch here. It's an Ice Beam, and I can live an Ice Beam. So let that move go. Gonna throw before, and I'm hoping, because I'm gonna get to a second Shadow Punch before they get to their Ice Beam. So I'm hoping that 2 Shadow Punches with all these Astonishes are enough. If I remember, they are not. And it leaves them with like 1 HP, enough to get to a charge move. I do shield, which I don't even think is the right play here. I just wanted to keep alignment with Bastiodon. But I don't think I need it too much because it is a Leafage one and Peck is super effective as well. Peck is super effective on the grass. Leafage would be resisted on my flying. Yes, they have Weather Balls, which I need to shield. But I definitely could have put some pressure on them. And then if I think I remember, they do shield this, and then I kind of get nervous about like, what do you have in the back that you're shielding up a Bastiodon when you're pretty damn low? So after this, I instant swap, and it's a Dedenne. Yeah, again, I remember losing like 3 or 4 matches because I had a Dedenne aligned on togekiss. So, you know, I think Bastiodon Dusknoir can take togekiss quite easily. Combo that, because you saw that, right? You saw it already. I did combo it enough. Not when you're aligned with that. That was very frustrating. So yeah, a couple losses there. I did gain elo because I was at like 20. So I was at 2507, dropped all the way to 2350, back up to 2400. I got a very balanced team of like one of the oldest cores. Season 25 version with Corviknight and Gastrodon he just played with. Did well with that, so I'm starting to move back up towards the actual veteran elo here. But that is it. If you want to submit some battles, link in the description. I've gone through, I think I got, by the time this one goes out, every submission that I had at the time is done. Again, if you're going to submit, link in the description. Few things. Link in the description. Make sure I have access to the battles, and I need at least 10 battles. If you send me like 5 to 6 battles, I'm not going to showcase because it's going to be like, once I speed it up, it's like 7 minutes worth of battles. So I appreciate 10 battles, mix of wins and losses if you can. And then yeah, just upload it to like a Google Drive and send me the link. Just make sure I have access to the link you are sending. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.